Hello and welcome folks to Agathos Flight School. If you might have noticed, I lately flew around a little bit in the German tree line and finally made it into EC4. As my Silver Lions are a little bit low in the balance and I can't afford to buy any plane beyond the Focke-Wulf 109 AU2. I'm forced to fly the G2 109 and the Focke-Wulf in EC4, and here in this sequence today I want to demonstrate how you learn from heights you have and lose and how you then come out on top in the next fights. It is this way I don't play often in the 109, so I consider myself not very experienced in it, and my control setup is not tuned to fly the 109 but still tuned to fly the P-51D. Nevertheless, I try to do my best, and also I have to fight some late war and 1946 prop planes with the G2. I like the plane and I stay aggressive. In this sequence we have today, I will show you 3 fights against an F8 Bearcat, and in any situation I start from an energy disadvantage, because in this mission, in this Endurance confrontation game, the Allies had high patrols at around 10,000 to 15,000 feet, and I was not able to side climb or outclimb them, and so I had to fight from a disadvantage. And now we will go into the first fight, where I meet an F8 Bearcat in the first time ever with a G2. So now let's start. You see, he came in from above with speed and altitude advantage. I went into a kind of vertical scissors, catched some bullets as the F8 turned pretty well. I lost him in the sequence, and the part I don't like about the G2, I can't see what's in my back. So I go down, keep turning to find him again, but I stay aggressive and now always try to be in a scissors and force him out in front, using the lightweight and power ratio of the G2. And as you see here, I'm not really gaining on him. I'm using flaps to be slower and create a relative speed difference, as you have seen in my previous vids. And I often lose sight. This is because of the bad rear view of the G2, and finally you see here he gets me, and this didn't start out very well for me. But I got a feeling of the performance of the F8 and my fully researched G2, and as someone who's interested in improving, I took this into the next fight I will show you now. And now we are just prior to the second fight. It is the same pilot, the same enemy, but I have a little bit more experience with the F8 now, and now let's go into the fight. You see, there he is. He's pretty quick, but this time not coming in from above. I go below so he won't see me, and already I have a positional advantage, and now I intend to hold that. You see, he's turning nose low. I also try to keep my nose below him, so the relative speed difference stays the same, and I can try to stay inside his turn. And you see I stay in lag pursuit to just hold the position and only slightly gain angles on him, as in the early fight I noticed if I pull too hard, the F8 simply outperforms me. Here I have made a fault due to my inexperience in the F109 and lost my flap, and now I have to stay behind him without the flaps. And now we are in scissors, flat scissors, and you see I try to keep my leg pursuit and just hold my distance, while slightly hoping that he will try to turn, because I don't think that speed-wise the G2 can match the F8. And you see I gently, my maneuvering is much more gentle than in the first fight, and I try to hold my position and my distance and be patient. And you see, I got him due to patience, and so you see I took my lesson from the first fight and did no longer pull so hard, but just instead was much more patient and tried to hold to get a positional advantage, and then hold it much longer and don't try too fast and quick to go for the kill. And here we enter the third fight. This is also against the same plane type, but against another pilot. From the stats, it seems this pilot is more experienced than the first one in the F8, and now let's see if the lesson learned from the earlier fights will also pay off if fighting someone who is a better experience in the F8 than the former one. You see me looking around here. This is still the same game with the Luftwaffe at a disadvantage, and there in the clouds I spot a dot quickly coming down. I decide to engage, even though it seems I'm a little bit slower and below it, but as always the fighter pilot's mind is one of aggressiveness, and so attack for me is usually the first option. And we must keep in mind this is a game, and so there is nothing at real odds. And you see he comes in on me, and now we start. He's going up. I try to stay inside him, going with him into the vertical. Again, not pulling too hard, as in the early fight we saw pulling too hard will give the F8 the advantage. And so I'm slowly working my way to a better position, and in the vertical. Also this time, as you hear, I don't use the flaps from the beginning because I fear it would kill me. And you see he got close to me, but now as you can see I can hold my position much better than in the first fight, and here I actually gained the angles advantage, and now I'm slowly coming in on his back, and it's again time to stay patient. But you will notice, as I said, this is a game where the Allies have a good fighter patrol on, and so a second Allied come in, joins the fray, and actually I'll be shot down. But as you can see here, I have settled solidly on his 6 o'clock, and he's not able to get positional advantage. And this is just a game of patience, and I'm pretty confident I would have gotten him. And here you see another guy came in, shot at me because I was too target fixated. That's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video and it is helpful for you to improve your dogfighting and aerial fighting skills in War Thunder, so you can take lessons from the fights you lose, from the fights you start in inferior position, to take it to other fights and then come out on top in those fights. See you again here at Agathos Flight School in the future. Bye bye, and always good fights and good luck.